Hi everyone, it's Mary Blocker from Mary's Card Cafe, and welcome today to my simple yet stunning Sunday video. Now, for those of you who follow me, you know that I usually post on Sundays with Simple Yet Stunning Sunday, and on Wednesdays oftentimes I do stamp set spotlights where I share several projects with a stamp set that I love, and then I design one or two cards. And I also do a Facebook Wednesday live at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And if you don't know about any of that, well, then you want to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so you know every time that I do post a video. I have, sometimes I love to do tips and tricks and show you all sorts of things. But today, you know, I love designer series paper. I absolutely am a fanatic for it. And nothing makes my projects more simpler or stunning than using it. So today I want to share with you just a little bit. You know, Stampin' Up! Has Sale-A-Bration January and February this year, and they happen to have 3 level 1 celebration picks that are designer series paper. We have the paper blooms, we have the Oh So Ombre paper stack, and we have the Flower and Field designer series paper. I just love this paper. There's also a level 2 celebration, the Berry Blessing stamp set and the Berry Delightful designer series paper. You get this bundle free with a $100 purchase. It's a level 2 celebration. The other fantastic thing is about joining Stampin' Up! Did you know during Sale-A-Bration, when you join Stampin' Up!, you get $125 of any product you choose for $99, and you will be getting 5 packs of designer series paper stacks of our color groups, our Rich Regals, our Bold Brights, Neutrals, Soft Subtles, and the 2000 to 2022 in colors. That's over 200 pieces of 6x6 designer series paper. Free. That is a great buy. Well, I want to share with you today just a little bit of the 3 level 1 Sale-A-Bration papers. Right here we have the Flower and Field. It is a 6x6 pack. There's 12 sheets, and you get 2 each of the 6 designs. There's a beautiful floral patterns on here. I love how it has such deep, rich colors and then fun, bright color here. And then the back side, those beautiful patterns. One of the things I love about Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper is it's coordinated so well. Their color choices, the palette that they use. This is the blooms, the paper blooms. Look at that beautiful paper, all those fun florals. This particular sheet right here, I am going to do my Friday Finding Inspiration blog. I have a blog, Mary's Card Cafe, and I have a shirt that is very similar to that, and so I'm intrigued to see what I can do with that. And then we have the 6x6 paper stack of the Oh So Ombre. You can see there the pretty designs. There's 4 designs on this particular stack. There's the one side, and then the beautiful, complete opposite colors here, the greens and the blues. So nice. Now, one of the things that I really like is that when Stampin' Up! Designs their different designer series paper, they always put on the package all of the colors that are in that. And so I wanted to let you know a little tip today, and here it is. Here is my basket of goodies. So, when I was thinking about all these beautiful papers, I said, I want to have my favorite things, my embellishments and my ribbons and all of that that could be easily accessed and use. And so watching football, just grab that floral punch, grab the sprig punch, and all my scraps. I have a scrap bucket. And I just start punching flowers and sprigs. And now I have a whole basket full of them, and I'm going to use them today. So here are a couple of cards I want to share with you. Here's one from Tina Munsky. She is using that Flower and Fields designer series paper and just using the opposite side for the bottom half. what I love about this is quick and easy. We know cherry cobbler. She's going to go ahead and coordinate her cherry cobbler. She knows that's flirty flamingo. She's going to tie in a little flirty flamingo in there. And that is just beautiful. Here's another one where I don't know who did this one, but they're using a piece of that flower and field as well. They're using the Duet oval punch. And I love this, this wrinkled white ribbon. It's nice and satiny. And then here's one that I just fell in love with. This is from my friend Anne Quatrain, and she's using the Hydrangea Hill designer series paper. And in the Hydrangea Hill, it has all those beautiful blues and purples and different colors like that. So I wanted us to be able to use that, and I was very, very happy with that. And I thought, oh my gosh, look at the fun flowers. Look at the ribbon. I really want to do something with that. So I'm using this as an idea today for what I wanted to do. Now, I absolutely loved the flower and field paper. And one of the great color groupings in that happens to be the, my light went off, so I'm gonna take care of that. Bumblebee is one of the colors. And so I love this particular piece right here. I just think this piece is just fantastic. It has the Just Jade and the Flirty Flamingo and all of that. I've got the Whisper White little flowers that are peeking out there. And so I just loved it. There we go. Got a little bit of my light happening again for me. So I have this as a piece of 3 3/4 by 5 piece, and I'm going to layer that on a 4 by 5 1/4 layer, and then that's going to go on my Bumblebee, which is that standard size of 5 1/4 by 11. But this particular one I actually cut a little differently today. I cut this one at 4 1/4 by 11. And that allows me to have a card that just opens a little bit differently, just to add a little variation. Now for the inside of the card, I decided to do a layer of our black again and the white to mimic the front. And that also just lets people know, you guys, that you cared about them a little bit more and you are designing fantastic things. Now when I cut my designer series paper, I ended up with a strip, of course. And I decided that when I have such a floral pattern, that to have the opposite side automatically matches, and it has a different little pattern, that I can go ahead and break up that paper by putting in that different strip. And so I decided today, though, that my card is actually going to go horizontal. And when I did that now, this strip is no longer the full length. But that doesn't matter. I can do that. And then my things are going to go here, my greeting and my accents and embellishments. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. Now you see I have a hostess code there. You can use that hostess code. It's good through the end of January. And with a $25 minimum order, you will receive loyalty bucks. And I'll have a link below and you could read about loyalty bucks. And I always send out little thank yous to those that place orders with me through each month. So that would be fun for you to get a little thank you from me. I'm not worried about any kind of ribbon or anything right now on my cards, so I don't have to worry. I can just put my layers together. So here we go, just how quick and easy, and already look how absolutely beautifully stunning that is. It is so coordinated well. The colors, I don't even have to think about it. I love this. And so just to think, when I know what the colors are that are being used and I have my scrapbook, I can punch out and create all sorts of different layers for my, my little scrap bin of goodies. I'll go ahead and I'll adhere this down with my Stamp and Seal, which is a great adhesive. You actually get a lot more tape on your Stamp and Seal roll that you do with than you do with other tapes, and it's also very strong, so I use less of it when I'm stamping. Who'd have thought? Okay, now for this card, I am utilizing some punches, and you know with me, I think punches are great. They make things really quick and easy. I don't have to have other machines. So I'm using my 2-inch and my 2/4-inch punch. Oh, to let you know, the punches I used for my scraps, I used the little everyday flower that we have. This was a choice last year during Sale-A-Bration, and it continued on in our catalog. And this is the Sprigs punch. And that's what I did, my sprigs of leaves. Now, I am going to use the Heal Your Heart Level 1 Sale-A-Bration stamp set. I'm going to use this one here. No, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the thank you for the inside of the card. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use the Berry Blessing stamp set, which is that Level 2 Sale-A-Bration set that goes with the Designer Series paper. I'm going to use the You Always Have a Way of Making My Day. That's going to be on the front, and then the thank you is going to go on the inside of the card. I really love the fonts when there's some text printing and then cursive mixed in between. I think that's so nice. Okay, I'm also going to be using the Stampin' Up's new pearlescent paper. It is beautiful, and I'm going to use that so I can add a bit of pizzazz. And with that, I'm going to use the Stays-On pad. Now, the Stays-On pad is that alcohol-based ink, which is fast drying, and it's permanent. So you can use it on plastic or window sheets, vellum, any of those kinds of things, and it will stay. It will not bleed. You can't wipe it off, which is wonderful. Now, if you are going to use any other colors on here, I would suggest using your heat tool to really set it, or embossing it, different things like that. Now I'm going to also do something fun, is I have the coordinating paper here, and I'm going to use the 2¼ inch punch to punch out my circle. It's just a little bit different than using the Bumblebee cardstock. It's going to get a little more texture. Oh, see how pretty that is? That is so wonderful. Mixing and matching those colors and those patterns is beautiful. It's just so pleasing to the eye. But you can kind of go wrong in your mixing and matching Designer Series paper, because if I turn this over and I have that, we might kind of think that that's a little bit much. But having that is perfect. So now I'll use my 2-inch circle punch and punch out my pearlescent paper. You get 2 sheets of the pearlescent, 2 12x12 sheets, and it's very, very inexpensive. I think it's even less than $3 for the 2 pieces. Okay, I'm going to adhere these together. Oh, it's so exciting, you guys. It is cold in Washington State in the Pacific Northwest, over west of the Cascade Mountains, and we are getting some rain snow mix, and they're even saying by Wednesday we might have snow, and I love that. I don't need tons, just a little bit. So here you can see you get that little bit of texture with the dots that are on the Designer Series paper, just give a little more interest. I'm going to raise this up with dimensionals, and when I do dimensionals on a circle, I usually put my dimensionals in a triangle, and I will use 3 of them. And that's all you need. That'll make it spreads out those dimensionals well. And now here we'll add this right about here. And see, my strip didn't need to go all the way across. It's just fine. This is going to be fun. I think I'll go ahead now and stamp out my thank you. Again, I'll pull in my Stays-On pad. And when you get your Stays-On pad, there's this little plastic cover. You'll want to keep that on your pad so that it helps to keep that ink wet and it won't dry out on you. Now, when you stamp this thin line stamp, make sure you do not press down real hard, because it will just cause that thin line to kind of collapse, the rubber to collapse, and you'll get kind of a blurry sentiment, and you don't want that. But isn't that a beautiful thank you? I really like that level 1 Heal Your Heart Sale-A-Bration choice. I'll go ahead and adhere this down now. Whoopsies. Ooh, I think my StazOn is getting low. When it gets right to the end of the StazOn, it lets you know for sure. It says, gonna let you know here. You're running low. And I have had that particular roll on for a long time, so that's great. All right, we'll go ahead and adhere this. Yeah, it's saying I'm having a hard time going forward because I'm almost running out. I'm almost running out. Oh, I'm running out. Oh, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Stay there. Oh, when it gets to where it's running out, it gets a little hard to turn for sure. Okay. Gosh, you guys, now the fun. I mean, that's nice. I don't think it's stunning yet, though. That pearlescence is very nice. It's getting there. But now I get to come have fun with my little flowers and my sprigs. Now, this is just jade in here, so I'm going to grab a couple of my sprigs that are just jade. I don't know, let's see if I'm going to use one or two. I'll grab two. So I pop that in just like that, and how fun is that? That can go like that. Can this go into? And I can do one down here. I like that. So let's go ahead and start with that. Now I'm going to pull my liquid glue because I certainly couldn't use my Stampin' Seal. It would just rip these guys apart. So liquid glue, different glues for different purposes, right? And now this one, same thing. I'm not going to go all the way up on the stems because I don't want them to lay flat. If they're going to lay completely flat, we'll kind of lose them because the Just Jade background, right? And if, as long as I have them kind of being able to pick up a little bit, that helps. Also, we have the black strip here. That's going to help this one stand out a little bit. But as long as these can kind of curl up a little bit and be a little more dimensional, they'll show because they are the same color, but that's okay. Now, this paper also uses Flirty Flamingo. There's the little Flirty Flamingo flowers. So I'm going to pull those out. It was so fun using my punch and my scraps, you guys. I was having a great time. And now I have a whole basket of them that I can hang on to and go back to. I think I'll put one there. And then I also used my Designer Series paper. I had Designer Series paper scraps. And looky there. Ah, I like that. See how that's Designer Series paper? It has a little bit more texture. So let's use those. Now for this, I'm going to use my glue dots. And the reason for that is using the glue dots will give it just a tiny little bit of dimension without using a bulky dimensional. So I'm going to make sure my glue dot is on the edge so it will glue onto the circle there. And this one will need to be kind of over on this side because it's going to go up here. There we go. And then this cute little Designer Series paper flower. I love it. Oh, I didn't grab it. Thought I did. Come on. There you are. Where are you? Oh, it's on there. I couldn't feel it. It was too slippery. And then there's that one like so. That is really cute. I don't know if you saw my little trick for my mini glue dots, but I put a ribbon around and then I just pull this back to expose the mini glue dots. All the times I've put it inside the box and my mini glue dots stick to the cover of the box, stick on the inside and make a mess. So that was one way to take care of that. Well, we're not done here. We need some bling. And so I'm going to use some pearls. And I'm going to use my little bit larger pearls here, my biggest ones, because these flowers have a lot of surface area on them. And they need something to make them kind of stand out a little more. But I see I only have 2 left on this one, so I'm going to grab another package real quick. I've got another one handy. And let's open it up, pull it out, and get another large one. So now we're starting to get into some real fancy, stunning looks here. But we're not done yet. So look how cute that is. I love how, and the flowers match completely with the Designer Series paper. And that just makes it look all very rich and coordinated, and I love it. You really didn't work real hard. It was all right there for you, and it's great. Now, I also love my dotted white tool, and I'm going to use this to make a little bow. On this kind of card, I thought about using the bumblebee ribbon, and that would be nice, but it's a solid ribbon, and I think it would just kind of take away from the little flowers there. But what I really love about this tool is that it doesn't impose on anything. It doesn't take away from your other embellishments that you have, because it's a tool and it's quite see-through. You don't, it just doesn't overshadow anything, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm going to do here is I don't want to have too big of bows. And you know what else is? You can't help but make a great bow as I'm fussing around here. No, really, it's like, it doesn't matter if it folds over on itself or anything. You just kind of do that and it's back to being great and normal. I think that one actually wants to go that way. So it's just beautiful. See how cute that is? Oh, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it up. Don't know how long these are going to need to be yet. And what I want to do is I don't want to put it on top of anything, because see, when I do that, it's like that's all I see is the bow. But if I take it and I just tuck it right under that circle, see how it completely changes the card. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to need my glue dots again. And I will get my little glue dot, get on there, pull it off. Now, as I have that, I'm going to kind of lift my circle up a little bit. I don't want to warp the circle, but I just want to tuck that a bit. And there it is, and you can still see the bows real well. There. And do you see that? Do you see how it's giving some great little texture, but it's not impeding on top of here and blocking your view of that? Oh, and so I just love that. That's so nice. Oh, there it is. Oh gosh, I love it. Now, I'm not quite done, I don't think. I think I want to put a flower right inside too. I'm going to do that one that has the pattern on it. Now this one I can do just a little of the tape. That'll work. Put that right in there like so. And then I think it also needs another pearl in there, right? As I put my pearls away already, that's okay. Pull it right back out. I think this time though, I'm going to take one of that a little bit smaller medium ones and put that there, so it's not so so it closes well, I should say. That is very nice. Look how sweet that is. The one other thing that really helps to make things just really sparkle and shine is our Wink of Stella. And if we're worried about our Just Jade sprigs of greenery here getting lost, we can just add some Wink of Stella to make them sparkle. And that just brings them right out. And I think I'll go right along our edges of our flowers too. That helps to kind of just darken up the tips of the flowers. Gives them a little bit more personality. And I can come in here and do a bit of it on the bumblebee flowers. Give them a little sparkle and shine. Now that brings the stunning to a perfection. There we are. I don't know about you, but I would be tickled to get this card. Now remember, I was using another card for inspiration, was this one here. This was using the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. That's part of that suite. But I really loved their flowers. They used the everyday flowers, and they used the gems that also coordinate with that suite, and the gorgeous grape sheer ribbon. I think that's just pretty. And so I just kind of used that idea of those layers for that, and that was my card today. That was so much fun. Well, listen, you guys, thanks so much for watching. And again, remember to subscribe and hit that bell so you'll get reminders of all the times my videos are uploaded. And remember, you can find me at Mary's Card Cafe on Facebook, 4 o'clock Pacific time every Wednesday. I do tips and techniques, and we have a lot of fun when we get together on Facebook, so join us. And then I'll upload those to YouTube as well. This hostess code goes through the end of January with a mini $25 order. You will get loyalty bucks, and then of course if you spend $50 you get to start picking your Sale-A-Bration things and continue to earn loyalty bucks from me. So thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you think, guys, of my card today. Let me know which of the papers in the Sale-A-Bration that you really like. They're just all so beautiful. So I hope to see you again, and until then, happy stamping!